And we are live. Welcome, everybody, to another Weebtastic edition here at Omnibros Live. Today, we're going over some manga discussions. We typically don't do that often, but yeah, we're here talking about the latest manga released from Shonen Jump on their app. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes, but most importantly, one of my co-hosts is a little bit late, taking care of some family hijinks that have recently transpired, but I do have the amazing Mango here with me, who is going to delight the internet with his sweet, awesome vocal cords. Now, how you doing, Mango?
I'm all right, buddy. How are you?
I am doing pretty well, happy, excited, and giddy to talk about all the Shonen Jump manga that have been coming out lately. I did one video on my channel talking about two of them. The other two, not so much because I totally forgot to make the video. But there are a couple of series that have recently started. Would you say since March, I think, or April?
Blue Box just came out with chapter 13, so I think late March, early April might be. Yeah, might be accurate. And same, Candy Flurry is a chapter 11 that came out on Sunday, so probably something similar.
Yeah. So we got Candy Flurry, we got Blue Box, we have Hunters Guild, Red Hood something, and Neru Martial Arts Traveling. Of course, let me remind you that when these books, because they're all viz, and we know that they're going to be available on our sponsor's website. So when these books become available in collected edition, you can probably get them at instocktrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And hey, I mean, $50 or more gets you free shipping. So you can make an order with manga, omnibus, hardcovers, all that fun stuff. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging at instocktrades.com, our wonderful sponsor and purveyor of many gift cards. So look forward to 2 Mondays from now when we will do our gift card giveaway courtesy of instocktrades.com. Open to international waters, so everybody can jump in and try and win that $50 gift card courtesy of instocktrades.com. So we thank them for that and many more. Thank you, Travis. Jill looking dapper with the glasses. I'm still getting used to them. I don't like the reflection on my eyewear when I'm streaming. I hate that, but I'm working on a new setup. So yeah. Anyways, Mango,
what's up?
What do you want to talk about first of the 4 series?
I was gonna say, do you want to Is there maybe another topic you want to talk about first? We'll wait for Rai.
Sure. I mean, there's a bunch of talk. Actually, yeah, let's derail this bad boy. Sakura Darling, good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in, Sakura. I was really excited because of the oh shoot, I talked about this on Monday because I don't know why I derailed the topic into Godzilla.
Oh,
and we were talking about, I was showing on, oh, I know why, because I bought the Godzilla versus Biollante DVD, and I made the whole story on Monday's show about how the Blu-ray is super expensive and rare and yada yada. So we went down this rabbit hole of Blu-rays, and this week I realized, although I knew beforehand, it was the, would you say, the Criterion and even Arrow video sale and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I told you about it privately. I did not want to do it, but ultimately I picked up some interesting pieces of Asian cinema. So I'm really excited about that, to dip my toes into that.
Yeah, I mean, you've been like slowly trying to get into picking up Criterions. I know that we've talked about them here and there, and I know that I throw like, Jill will say, "Hey, recommend me like a title or two," and I'm like, "Okay, here's my top 10 from like this one specific area of Hong Kong. pick two and go from there." And then you also mentioned that what's it called, Onibaba?
Oh yeah. I saw that today. Onibaba, one of the famous J horror or whatever they're called, scary movies from Japan from the late 50s, I think. It was previously on DVD, a little tongue-tied there, but now it's coming out for the first time on Criterion Blu-ray this October. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I remember a few Criterion sales ago, I almost caved and bought it on DVD because like on DVD they're only like $15. But for an extra $5, I'm glad I held off, and I'll pick it up whenever whatever sale comes around during the fall.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, we got a little super chat from John Lover 1. Mango show full design T-wear with full screen. You're not getting the full screen, but there you go. Some awesome Demon Slayer action.
Yeah, so this is a shirt that I bought when I went to go watch Mugen Train. I got it at Hot Topic for like $20 if you guys are interested in picking it up. I feel like it's a pretty basic Demon Slayer shirt, but I was like, you know what?
Yeah, but it's a fun visual key. I like that.
Exactly.
Image. Yeah. Thank you, John, for the super chat. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Speaking of Demon Slayer, did you see that they made statues out of that picture that you have on your shirt?
I didn't. I don't keep up with like the extent of my statue knowledge is usually you, so I had no idea. That's pretty cool though. I saw that. Did you see the thing with the spin-off that they're doing?
Oh yeah,
Rengoku and
Waterboy.
Yeah, Tomioka. Yeah. Turns out that the artist on that is a big he's also the artist for like one of the Fate series or something like that. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. He's nice. Whoever this artist is hasn't had his own
moment to shine like this.
Well, he hasn't had his own intellectual property, I guess I want to say, but it's cool that he's getting a chance working with some like two very huge IPs out of Japan.
Let me show you real quick. I'm gonna head on over to Big Bad Toy Store because they have the pop-up parades. I don't know if you remember that line. It's an affordable statue line for collectors.
I do remember this.
Around $35 to $42, something around that price range. Make it more accessible to new collectors. So if you see here, if you buy all four, you recreate that image on your shirt.
It's pretty cool. It's a diorama for $160 plus tax.
Yeah. Speaking of diorama, look at this handsome devil that just showed up on the diorama. Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Hi, Riley.
What's going on, dude?
Awesome beard, bro.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Thanks.
We are talking Demon Slayer statues.
Okay. What's
Oh, here's the image. There it is.
Oh wow, that's literally ripped off right off the shirt.
Yeah.
We got into the topic because someone asked to see my shirt, and my shirt is those 4 characters.
Yeah, I want to get one of them, just so I can display him next to my Demon Slayer manga. But I don't know which version to get, or should I go with a pop-up parade or something a little bit fancier? Maybe the Tanjiro model kit that came out recently.
That'd be fun.
Something like that. I don't know. But I do want something Demon Slayer related figurine to display next to my manga. Preferably not a Funko Pop.
how big are these?
Sorry, what was that?
I was looking at 17 to 18 centimeters. What does that mean in English measurements?
5
in freedom units.
5 inches. 5.5.
Freedom units.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll get this. I don't know. Not too sure.
It's like $40 each figure for 4 figures, so you're less than $200 for the whole set.
Yeah, that's what. Again, 160 plus tax.
If I go to,
But the other 2 are sold out.
yeah.
I mean,
they go at it pretty hard.
All you need is Inosuke anyway.
Best boy.
Inosuke, but I do like Tanjiro. He's my favorite Shonen Jump lead.
Does Inosuke come with a second head with his
beautiful face?
His beautiful. It doesn't look like he does. All right.
Nope.
Never mind.
No.
Well, then I don't want it.
There are others. There are other statues that have alternate heads, but I don't know if that one has it. I doubt it because it's the pop-up parade. They're meant to be cheaper at a cheaper price point for newcomers.
Which makes sense. Good for them.
They draw you in with the cheap one. You're like $40, I can do that, and then you're like, but that one's more. What are those that are 50? Oh, those are fig pins. Never mind.
And then you go like, oh, look at this one, $147.
And then eventually you're spending $5,000 on a 6 foot tall statue.
And it's a 112 scale too, so that must be small. Tanjiro's not that tall.
For 112?
Yeah, Tanjiro's not that tall.
Yeah, that'd be like 6 inches, shorter than 6 inches.
Yeah. You can buy this piggy bank.
Freaking piggy bank. I love it.
Yep. So, Ami is the website that I recommend to buy figures and stuff. They're cheaper there. They're like $32, I think, for the same statues that we just saw. Let me search that real quick. Off camera, Demon Slayer pop-up parade. The same figure. Inosuke was 42 over there, and on Ami, you would be spending a total amount of $30 minus shipping.
Gio, are those new glasses, or you just been hiding them from us?
I've had them for a while, but
So
I hadn't shown them on any stream until Monday as part of the haul. Because we do hauls. I'm like, yeah, well, I haul this for my face because I need them now.
These. Now you can be an anime villain.
Oh, yeah, I can do the poses and stuff, yeah.
Just one single.
Yeah. Sakura Darling, it's July 15th. Happy birthday to the goats, Ichigo and Izuku Midoriya.
And to my my wife.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. All goats.
He's 28 years old today. We're going out to dinner tomorrow, though. We're going to go to a steakhouse. A place that TikTok said was good, so hopefully they all...
You're taking TikTok recommendations? Or was it suggested to you?
No, I looked up, in the area, fine dining in the area, and that was one of the suggestions that people were talking about. I was like, yeah, it looks really nice. So to try a new place that's supposed to be good.
Here we have a question from Travis. Has anybody bought a bunch of manga of the rights of sale, or is that just me?
It's just you, Travis. You weeb.
I have bought a bunch of manga off of Right Stuff, but not what's been included in their sales.
It's weird because the sale, I think this year has been a little lackluster compared
been
to other
weak.
times. And the only thing I grabbed that was part of the sale was the 3rd season of Haikyuu on Blu-ray, which was on sale for $20.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have a massive wish list and little to no space, so I'm like, I'd rather just forget about it. And whenever the space situation improves, then I'll look at the wish list and make a massive manga sale purchase.
Here's what you do, Gio. Get rid of your bed. That's all that wall space. Throw up a shelf right there.
A loft. Get a loft bed.
You want me to sleep on the floor? Come on.
You could. Okay, here you go. So
That's something good in Japan. That's the real weed move.
True.
You can do what I did and have like the two shelves now. Like I have the 2 in the center with the aisle. Get them bolted to your ground somehow so that they will not fall. And then just put your bed frame above it. Like they'll support it.
Like kind of like a big bunk bed.
Big bunk, yeah.
Except on the bottom, it's not another bed. It's just an aisle between your.
It can be like a lounge. You can put a chair there to chill and read.
Yeah.
Yeah. Travis, I did pick up that Silent Voice limited edition box set. That's a sweet one. Yeah.
Is that for the anime or the manga?
That's for the anime, the collector's edition of the movie. You can also get the collector editions of the manga in October, I think. That comes out.
Yeah, the first of 2 hardcovers. I recently sold the box set of the manga so I could get that because it's one of my favorites and I have to have it in the nice oversized hardcover. But I recently bought a lot of stuff because I had birthday money from after my birthday. And
that's right.
So I dropped a couple of bills at Right Stuff. And Right Stuff on your birthday, I don't know if it's like if you have to be a member, but they sent me a 5% off coupon. So I was like, don't mind if I do. I was already going to spend money, but now I'll spend like another couple dollars or something.
I hate when there are sales because I only do like monthly orders and they take so long to arrive because they ship them through media mail, I think. That when they get here, the sale's already over, and I get a coupon. I'm like, great, what am I supposed to do with it? The last order I got was just before the sale started, and it was for a mystery item, I guess. So I put the code in, and it was for a $25 blind bag item. Like, all right, cool. It's probably going to suck. It's going to be terrible, but I added it anyways. So we'll see what it is. It has I think they were recently hit with a storm on their warehouse. So everything was delayed just a little bit, and I don't think that order has shipped yet. So whenever it does arrive, I'll show it off, and we'll see what I got at blind bag.
My new release order has been delayed from like the beginning of this month.
Yeah.
But my birthday order that I made after that, I ordered 30 volumes of various Shonen Jump things. And all of that shipped, and I thought they were going to include the other order with that, but no, they didn't. But I ordered, I finished off my collections of Neru, Rise of the Yokai Clan, and Platinum End, especially because Platinum End, the anime is coming. So I was like, well, I better jump on these before they sell out because of that. And then I finally bought Astra Lost in Space. And
nice. You've read it before, right? Or
no, I haven't because
you're in for a treat. That's a good one.
So
same artist as Witch Watch, which is what we were talking about earlier.
Witch Watch.
Witch Watch. I don't like that name. I like the manga, but I don't like the name. I don't like saying Witch Watch.
It's adorable. Because they have to watch a witch, make sure she doesn't get in trouble.
Got the Zodiac War manga, that's different for me because I usually don't. Get manga that's based on light novels. But I'm trying to get all the Shonen Jump stuff, so I had to get it. It was a short one, so I was like, it's 4 volumes. I'll go ahead and grab it.
I'm a little upset that you haven't made that series yet on your channel. like a little vlog of getting all the Shonen Jump releases. I think that would be an awesome vlog series, and I don't think anybody's done that on YouTube.
I am worried that if I do that other people will try to interfere and be like, well, these are the things that he doesn't have, so I'm going to go try to buy them first.
or beat you to it. Like someone's going to go and get a giant, like a $10,000 personal loan just to.
But check me out. Check it out.
I'm only like, I say only, but I'm only like maybe 300 volumes away from having everything.
Well, there you go. I mean, you could film stuff.
That's out of, like, I think 1,500 total, 1,600, somewhere between 15 and 2,000 volumes of what I've counted. And I asked them to send me a list. I asked Viz to send me a list, and I haven't gotten feedback on that. They just said like, yeah, well, I'll see what I can do. But from what I've found, and I've added a couple things because there was a couple things that I didn't notice before. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that series, or oh yeah, there's this spinoff. But in total, I'm about 300 volumes away, and the vast majority of it is readily available. It's stuff that's available, or it will be available soon. There's only a few things that are harder to find, and the harder to find ones are like things that no one really cares about. I know I am almost at the finish line.
Not gonna. Here's the thing: they're not gonna, and you're right. They're not gonna care about it until you mention it in a video, and suddenly everybody's aware, and FOMO kicks in, and they want it, and it's a mad dash to get it. So my suggestion is film your vlog series and don't upload it yet, and edit it and keep it offline until you're ready to upload.
Because there's one series that, like, I'm watching it on eBay, and it's a little more expensive than I'd like to spend on the series.
Yeah,
it's still cover price, but it's a little bit more than I want to spend. But if I was to say something about like, oh man, like this one's rare, and
don't say nothing. We know it's Sword Art Online. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. That's one that is released Sword Art Online, but I'm not doing like alternate versions of stuff. Like if I have it in one format, I'm not collecting the 3-in-1s. I'm not collecting whatever. I'm not looking for all the like special editions and stuff, like the holographic covers, and the hardcovers they released.
Yeah,
I don't care about that. But I say I don't care about it now, but by the time I finish that last 300 volumes, I'm probably gonna like. I finished something like that. You finish something like that, and then there's that like there's a momentary just rush of dopamine that hits. I'm like, I did it, and then I'm like, now what? And then what? I guess I will try to collect the rare like variant stuff. So that's the annoying part. And I'm gonna be like, oh, I need that variant cover of My Hero Academia and that variant cover of One Punch Man.
One Piece, and
because I think both of those had like Loot Crate variants.
They had Loot Crate.
And the what's that big anime? No, SDCC 2019, I think, had a Deku alternate cover for Volume 1 too.
Yes, same with One Punch Man, and there's a Loot Crate variant for Black Clover, which is the one I have.
Yeah,
and something else. I don't know.
So I'm gonna get to that point where I finish everything, and I'm like, I know I said that I was only getting the main covers for everything, or only one. Now I have to collect these.
Shout out to Yarel in the chat. Got all the Blame Master Edition volumes. Really hyped to read it. Colin Kennedy is also in the chat. Have you guys read Tono Monogatari? Worth picking up. If this is related to the Bakemonogatari series, I have no idea because I've only seen just a tiny little bit of that franchise. Cyan, I hope I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. I'll be honest with you. I immediately thought it said Saiyan Manhunter. I combined Saiyan with Martian Manhunter for some reason. I don't know. My mind's a mess. Forgive me, Cyan. Have you read Hell's Paradise? Cover and spine look really good.
That's some beautiful art, but I haven't continued past the first volume yet.
I only read a few chapters, and it's solid. I need to get back on that.
Same.
I've read the first 8 volumes, I think, or 9 volumes.
Yeah. Did they? Is that over? Not the same publication, but like collected edition.
No, there's 12 or 13 total volumes.
Oh, okay.
So it's coming out still bi-monthly, so it'll be done sometime next year.
That's not bad.
Question from Dean's vlog. Good evening. Any word when there will be a restock reprint of the early Chainsaw Man manga?
Constantly.
Pretty sure. Give it like 3 to 4 months, and you're gonna see a restock.
It's constant. It's literally like they're putting them out as much or as quickly as they can, but it just sells out quickly, and then they have limitations on how much they can print. So
there's a pretty big queue list. Like Chainsaw Man and My Hero Academia and all that stuff is up there, whereas like Vagabond is like way down below. They don't really care for that stuff to reprint it right now.
But yeah, they're constantly reprinting Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, My Hero. Those are constantly being produced.
One Piece.
But if you want, like the ongoing stuff, but if you want like more specific information, you'd either need to speak with I would say Barnes and Noble, like someone that has direct communication with the distributor, because the distributors usually have that info. I think Books A Million lists when stuff is going to be restocked.
I was just going to say that. If you go to Books A Million, usually in the little blurb under the price, it'll say when they're getting that restock on their site or on their store or whatever. So I would check there, because all the other retailers, they don't do that except them.
Yeah, they're the only ones.
Here we go. Next week is about to be hype. That's true. The return of Jujutsu Kaisen from a hiatus, and Tatsuki Fujimoto is releasing a 140-page one-shot Chainsaw Man volume, which is essentially just a manga one-shot volume. That's awesome.
I think Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't come back until August, though.
Didn't it say?
It definitely did not say July 19th. July 19th was Fujimoto's one shot.
Give me a second.
Also, August is the end of JoJolion.
That's also in the news. Yep. You excited for that, or are you worried?
I am. I haven't read the whole final arc, so I'm like, good. I'm gonna binge through it. And what's really cool is I'm working on that Araki video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. Now I have like, this is good timing, because now there's something big with. I mean, JoJo's always popular at any time, but now it's like the hype behind part 8 finishing, and I can time my video release to be like, okay, and we got this, and then part 8 finishes here. But my video is going to be more about the other stuff that he's done, not just about JoJo. So either way, it's really exciting. I love it when long running series end. I just take such joy in seeing something that, if I've been following it for a long time, especially seeing that come to a close.
Yeah. By the way, Jujutsu Kaisen returns on August 2nd. That's the date.
Still got a couple weeks.
Yeah. Here, before we move on to the main topic, let me get through some of these questions. And man, thank you for joining. Riley, if you fill your Right Stuff order with all pre-orders and reach the free shipping threshold, can you get free shipping? I'm asking since the Demon Slayer box set alone is not eligible for free shipping. I thought if I threw some other orders there, it might give me free shipping.
I have no idea. You'd have to talk with Right Stuff about that. I can't say anything for what they consider for free shipping and not. Like I don't want to make guesses.
Yeah, typically it's the high-end statues and stuff that don't have or figures that don't have free shipping. I don't know why the box it, but whatever.
Like you'd be best off just emailing and saying, hey, why is there no free shipping here? And then if I do this, can I still get free shipping? Because I don't know. I don't
remember to have an amazing day.
Yeah, because like I'm not. Not only do I not work for them, but I'm not even affiliated. Like I never signed up with the affiliate program with them because I'm too lazy.
Tried. It was weird, and I forgot to finish the application.
I just have Amazon.
I tried doing it for this channel. I'm being completely transparent with my audience here. It was weird because I'm like, it's a YouTube channel. I don't need to. There's no referral links or like codes because typically you would paste code onto your website and stuff like that. I'm like, no, it's not that. It's a YouTube channel, but whatever. I don't know. What were those 2 manga series you said last week that you sold and regretted? I don't think you ever said what they were. That was on the show where you were building the shelf.
I did. It was Reborn and Gintama. I did because I mentioned that they were both they both got discontinued.
Yeah.
And now that I'm doing this thing, I'm upset. Gintama though is not that hard to get. It's just Reborn that's hard to get.
There you go. Well, let's jump into the main topic here. Shonen Jump manga. Which series would you guys like to talk about first?
The worst of them all.
Sorry. All right. Yeah.
The one that is the worst, Adonis, is Red Hood.
I agree.
What?
I agree. I was telling Gio that
Red Hood, because Red Hood took away Dolphin Cop.
I was never big on Dolphin Cop anyway, so it's like lose-lose situation.
Look. This is me when I hear you guys talking that nonsense. I'm going to put our good pal Jess here.
That's funny.
No, but go ahead.
Well, I highlighted Adonis specific. Because he was down bad.
Yeah,
because he was down bad for Grimm.
You're right. I was. You see, I don't remember. I don't remember half the things I say until someone brings them up, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I should watch what I say next time.
Something you called her mommy, basically.
So for anybody that does not know, it's a new series, right? Who's the writer on that one?
I'm not familiar with their name.
One of Horikoshi's assistants.
Yeah, because the manga straight up like Grimm fairy tales in manga world with My Hero Academia. Straight up looks like
it's Yuki Kawaguchi.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
I said that as like American as possible. Yuki Kawaguchi.
Yeehaw. Red Hood. Hunters Guild Red Hood. The winner of the something. This unique art captures the unfolding battles between hunters and werewolves. Who will win this battle, man or beast? This grim fantasy tale with tons of style begins the hunt in Shonen Jump. So that's the description from Manga Plus. First impressions, what do you guys think about the series? Because we follow, what's the name of the little kid who is in this town and is plagued by werewolves, and the werewolves have eaten almost all the hunters in that that village. He's the only one left. Very stereotypical for a fantasy story like this, and they hire the guild, the Hunters Guild, and the main character, what I assume is one of the main characters, she shows up, she tiny, and then she not tiny. I don't know, hijinks, and budding relationship forms of master and apprentice, I guess, werewolf hunting. That's sort of spoiler-free first impressions. What do you guys? What did you think of the manga?
I definitely see it having potential. I was telling Gio that there was one moment. Gio hasn't read chapter 3 yet, but there was one moment in chapter 3 where one of the wolves does something, and
Velu, thank you. Sorry,
you're good, bro. And one of the wolves does something. He like says, "Hey, look, here's a cool power up. Bet you didn't think I could do this." And the very first thing that I thought was, well, if it's that simple, why doesn't every werewolf walk around with this power up? You know what I mean? I don't want to the fact that I already said it's a power up. It's a big enough spoiler as it is, but I read it and I said, okay, I don't like this. I just straight up don't like this. I'm too much of a snob to put up with this. But yeah, looks like Deku, but
Yeah,
backwards.
I thought it was a girl, by the way. For some reason.
It's so like Kawaguchi's artwork is so reminiscent of Horikoshi's that it's distracting, in my opinion.
I can see that.
And I mentioned that. I said that elsewhere
in Discord.
In a Discord. Not when I said it with y'all, but I also said it elsewhere in another Discord chat. Because I'm cheating with y'all.
You're cheating? Damn it.
I'm seeing other Discord.
So sad to hear that.
And one of the guys responded saying, like, yeah, but like there are other series, like the beginning of JoJo looked exactly like Fist of the North Star. I think though that like, because the reason I said it was I think if the art style does not change and become like over time more individual, similar to how Araki did, then that's going to be something that I think a lot of the audience is not going to enjoy. Is just like we have two series that literally look the same in this magazine at this time, and I say that like knowing how similar JoJo looked to Fist of the North Star at that time. I don't think that I wasn't there. Like I don't know, but it seems like the audiences now are a lot more fickle with the way that these things, like the comparisons and stuff, like if two series are too similar to each other, one of them's going to drop off. And that's what's happened time and time again. Like we saw it with Phantom Seer because people were like the art style wasn't similar to anything else that I would say, but Phantom Seer was like for a while it was too similar in storytelling style and in the genre was too similar to like Jujutsu Kaisen. And then by the last like several chapters, it finally started to move into its own separate genre of more straight up horror than anything else, and then it got axed. And I think that that's something that might happen here is like if it doesn't move itself away from Horikoshi style, and if Kawaguchi can't form their own style very different from Horikoshi, then that's going to be a hurt. It's going to hurt from that. But also, I also mentioned this, the monsters, while the people look like something by Horikoshi, the monsters, the werewolves and stuff, look like something drawn by what's his name, Shimabukuro from like Toriko and Build King more recently. So it's this weird amalgamation between two different creators' artworks. And
those monsters look amazing. I love that.
I'll be honest, I hate the way the werewolves look. I cannot tell what they're supposed to look like, and it's like like I don't want to say sloppy because that sounds mean. I want to be critical, but not be rude about it either. But I don't like I mean similar to how like Horikoshi, his fight scenes were so bad when he first started off. They were kind of choppy. That's how I feel about the werewolves in this. But at the same time, I kind of don't blame this mangaka and Viz too for approving this, for saying, you know what, you draw just like Horikoshi, sample of approval, here you go draw, because My Hero Academia has become so huge, you know. So it's like to like low key to the, you know, the Viz representatives and all that, they're probably like, oh, you draw these characters with big eyes, yeah, here's money, go make stuff.
It's My Hero Academia, but in fantasy setting. Yeah, let's go, baby.
Your only like main adult female character is very busty. Yeah, let's go.
Why?
That's Viz in a nutshell, right?
I haven't read the latest chapter, but have they explained the powers and stuff, or
no? Just they kind of gave like small hints as to some power ups the werewolves might have, but we don't know much about the people or the hunters. I
think it's a situation where you have these monsters that they just named them werewolves because they were inspired by grim fairy tales, but it's something completely different. It's like a, I don't know, Lovecraftian werewolf monster thingamajig. I don't know. I like the design because it's chaotic and you don't really know what the hell's going on. But it's not a traditional werewolf. And I'm a huge fan of werewolves. I've said this on the channel a lot of times. I love creature horror. But I don't know. I dig it. I want to see where it goes.
I think it's very soon. It's going to probably go into like
the training arc.
Yeah, it's going to move from this introductory arc, and it's going to go and move and be like, oh, here's the guild, and here are more members of the guild, and it's going to be like, these are the top 4 members of the guild, and each of them have a special power, and like, here's a werewolf that we've trained that actually is part of the guild as well. Like, they're going to do stuff like that, and that's going to come really soon, and from that point, that's where the world building is really going to begin. And that's where there's going to be a lot more potential with the storytelling in the series. Because the first 3 chapters have been entertaining, but it hasn't really gone very deep.
Did somebody say fairy tale? No?
But we're probably going to get a Sasuke character and a Sakura character. Just saying.
Yeah. Because just like fairy tale, you got Gray and Lucy.
Yeah.
And Natsu's clearly Naruto. So,
but for now,
hold on. We're gonna get a Bakugo and an Uraraka because clearly Grimm is All Might because they're both blonde and thick.
Yeah, Velu is clearly Tanjiro and Midoriya combined into one. But I do appreciate that as a red hair because we had green-haired characters with Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia, and now we got red-haired. All right, so
I think it has potential. I think it can do well, but I'm just going to say I wouldn't be surprised if it wound up only lasting 20 to 30 chapters if it doesn't have a shift pretty soon.
I mean, has it been getting any hype on TikTok or anything? Because I feel like manga on TikTok has been getting a lot of attention on TikTok.
The guys that I talk to, like, they love it. So they talk about it a lot, and they go and they're like, this is your new anime mommy and stuff like that about Grimm.
But he shames me when I say it. Do you see this favoritism? He really is cheating on our Discord.
I shame everyone else as well.
All right, so now we're gonna talk about something. Riley, don't get mad at me, but I didn't read this, so this is all on you. What the hell is Neru Way of the Martial Artists?
Adonis, did you read?
Yeah, I did. I read the first 2.
All right, take it away, boys, because I have no idea. I know it's martial artists, and that's about it. So what is this series about?
I mean, basically, there's a school with a bunch of different, where they teach a bunch of different types of combat and martial arts.
18 types.
Yeah, it's specific. Like, it is specific about the number, and it's different things, swords and with other different weapons and stuff. And this dude, the main character, winds up enrolling in that school, and he's kind of a prodigy, isn't he? Like, he's already really skilled.
Yeah, his grandfather raised him to be a martial artist, and I think in the first chapter they said that his grandpa's dead, but I think it might also be that his grandpa's missing. He beats up some thugs that are harassing like our main protagonist girl with the pink hair. She follows him back home, and she goes, "Oh, you fight just like him. Follow me." And then she shows him the school, and that's where he ends up enrolling. I do think it's a little too early to tell with this one because it feels a lot less like I feel like Red Hood feels like, boom, here's a story arc, and this one is like, hey, this is a world. Let me show you what this world is like. So,
yeah, it's I do feel like there's less to talk about with this one
because I don't feel like much happened in this second chapter. I mean, we got a small burst of exposition, but then for the most part, it was kind of like a big fight scene.
Yeah, it was like, hey, here's the school. oh my gosh, there are people that are training and like sword fighting and stuff, and then he starts a fight, like there begins a fight with someone.
Yeah, that was it.
What's the art on the manga?
The art's pretty good, I would say. I enjoy it.
It's from Minya Hiraga.
You know, it has a style that I think it looks more close to a 90s or early 2000s manga than it does like a 2010s 2020s manga. Yeah. It feels like we're taking kind of a step back into something that's going to look and maybe eventually feel more classic. More retro. Yeah, and it kind of feels just by the storytelling that it wants to fill that, because we don't have like a martial arts series per se in the magazine right now, and they did just take out like one of the 2 sports series. So I wonder if this is going to try and treat everything like the sword fighting and like the martial arts and all that like a sport, rather than treating it like a shonen action fighting series. It's interesting. I really can't tell what they're doing with it here. It's grabbed my attention enough that, like, I mean, I'd be reading everything anyway. I read all the series in the magazine regardless of quality.
Yeah, I was just flipping through the art real quick, and some panels are much better than other ones. But I like you mentioned, I could see it possibly becoming something along the lines of like Haikyuu, just like you said. That's actually a pretty good prediction. But there has been no like fantastical elements introduced so far. So I feel like if in chapter 3 all of a sudden they're like, guess what? The reason they can fight is because they're actually descendants of these legendary warriors. that would definitely take me right out, and I think I would be, I'll wait for somebody to tell me it got good in chapter 30. But no, I could definitely see it becoming like a cool tournament type of thing, kind of like Baki, kind of like what's the boxing manga?
Ippo, Hajime no Ippo.
Yeah, something like that. Like, because you like off the bat, they're like you're in this room with all these like martial artists that are this kid's age. So it's like, okay, this definitely opens up the stage for
right,
character development for multiple characters fighting styles.
Yeah, I both think and hope it's going to go in that direction, very largely because that will help it to differentiate itself from everything else in the magazine. Because like I said earlier, if you are too close to something that's already in the magazine, you're going to be judged accordingly. And it's just going to be like, well, what's the point of this existing when we already have that?
And there's so much demon hunting in the magazine right now.
Yeah.
And that's with Chainsaw Man being in between seasons. So once Chainsaw Man does come back, it's
more hunting.
I mean, that was my issue with Jujutsu Kaisen at first, because I didn't want to give it a shot, because in my head I was like, there's just so much demon hunting nonstop in this magazine, and Black Torch just left such a bad idea of what government agents hunting down demons would be like in Jump magazine. But Jujutsu Kaisen did it much better. I wish we had seen more of Phantom Seer, because I actually did enjoy that.
That was good. I liked it. Yeah,
dude. Let's take a moment of silence for Phantom Seer. Okay, moment of silence.
Pour one out for the real.
Pour one out for the homie. Dude, I was so like, my heart dropped so heavily when I found out that it had gotten canned. I was so upset because I was very harsh on it at first. I was like, this series, it's too similar to others, but it has the potential. The artist is fantastic. It's not really developing in a way that differentiates itself, and the characters don't seem original enough. And then it just moved forward in a way that was like, dude, and it became my favorite series each week. Every week when new stuff came out, first thing I read was Phantom Seer, because I could not wait to see what was going to happen. The artwork was amazing. It was haunting it was legit, looked scary at times.
Yeah.
And then they took it from us.
It took me like a solid 10 chapters for it to like convince me that it's something that I wanted to be invested in. But like that fight with the doll lady, the fight with the dude that fought using bats, how he called them his brothers. That was power of friendship, man. I like that so much.
The freaking like, just the artwork was so phenomenal. Like, I hope the artist on that series, because I think it was 2 creators, I hope the artist on that series does get to do something else very soon, and I hope they get to do something that's just straight up a horror series. Like,
that'd be awesome, actually.
Straight horror. It would be so dope to see. I don't care if it's another demon hunting series, as long as they get to draw scary ass shit. Like, that's what I want.
So the artist is Kento Matsuda.
This is a side tangent, because I think that this is published by Shueisha, which is the parent company of Viz. Have you guys read Dandadan?
Not yet. I'm waiting. It's supposed to get an official English translation soon.
Okay. Well, it's fantastic.
I want to read it, but
I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to check it out, because even the fan translations have been awesome so far, and I really look forward. I will reread them just to see what the differences are with the official translations, because there's a lot of slang that's used in it, like a lot of Japanese slang that kind of translates over to English, and so you'll have like a demon that's actually an old lady, and she's like, she says she calls them some sort of insult that you wouldn't expect it from an old lady, and it just hits different. It's so funny.
I think it's supposed to get next month is when it's supposed to hit.
Okay, and is that going to be on the Jump app?
Manga Plus has it. I can read it in Spanish. Was that the thing that you guys told me about? I don't know.
Oh yeah, Nelson was talking about that. You're right.
Yeah, I found it a little cringy in Spanish, to be honest, but I'll give it another shot. I don't know. I read like 1 page, and I'm like, yeah, I'll wait.
Okay,
because it was a little bit too weird.
That's the point though. Like, it goes off the rails. Like this is one arc where like they have to go on an adventure to recover one of the main characters. How should I say this? His eggplant. I don't want to. Yeah, it gets stolen, so they have to go get it back.
Okay.
It'll probably be on Manga Plus in English, and maybe be on the Viz Media app, but definitely not on the Shonen Jump app.
Maybe they'll do that thing they do where it'll be on the web browser, but not on the app.
Yeah, like with Ayakashi Triangle. Mid-Akashi Triangle.
Dandadan is story and art by Yukinobu Tatsu.
It's one of Fujimoto's assistants.
Former assistant of Fujimoto and Yuji Kaku. So he worked on Chainsaw Man, Fire Punch, Hell's Paradise, and Yamada Kiki Ipatsu.
That's where the absurdism kicks in, dude, because it just goes off the rails.
And it has the color palette of a Chainsaw Man vibe going.
When they do like color spreads, like he'll like the way he dresses up his 2 main characters is like the drip on his color spreads, dude. He's just so good at what he's doing. Like, it's one of the more out there series that isn't long running. Like, it's not out there like JoJo, but it also hasn't been out as long as JoJo. But it's definitely not like
stylish.
Yeah. It's just fantastic. I look every time Kong will send me a message every single time there's a new chapter, and the first thing I do is, "Thank you, sir. Drop what I'm doing. I'm gonna take a minute or 2 to finish reading this real quick."
Well, I have it opened here on Manga Plus. I'm gonna read it later.
Okay, good.
Even it's in Spanish, but hey, I can read Spanish. Yay!
But if you cringe, you have to give it a second shot in English.
No, I'll check it out. I'm just at this point, I'm so used to picking up manga in English. Yeah. Sometimes I remember like, oh, dummy, I can read Spanish. I can read it too.
That's fair.
Whatever. So we're not talking Dandadan. We are talking. Let's switch over to this beautiful series that I love.
It's a Blue Box.
And it's Blue Box.
Dude, Blue Box is like,
that's the shit. I love it.
This is the one. Okay, it's not my favorite of the 4 new ones that we're talking about. Or are we talking 5 new ones?
4. Yeah, we're not
whatever.
Doing,
if you want to add another one, you can do it. I don't mind.
We're not doing.
It's not my favorite of the ones that we're talking about, but it is the one that I think is going to be the most successful.
It's giving me some serious like cross manage. Is that the one? The lacrosse one?
Yeah,
I get similar vibes. I haven't read cross manage, but from what I do know, I get similar vibes from it. But every week, like you said, it's not my favorite, but it's like the first one that I open. Like consistent. On Sunday. On Sunday. Sunday, I never read at noon on the dot. I usually pick up the app at like 1 or 1:30. But it's like the first one I want to get. I just want to read it because I want to know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
And it's not like super action packed, but
it's
every interaction. Every interaction is like I don't know the I don't know anybody's name in this actually except for Chinatsu. But
their names either, even though I love it.
Yeah, same. But the
and Taiki Inomata.
Yeah, Taiki Senpai, the one that he's playing, that he's been practicing with. I love that guy. Like I know he was introduced as kind of like a bit of an antagonist, but so far I just love him. Like he's like the perfect senpai character for something like this.
I love, because when they first announced it, number one, I was upset because I think this is the one that replaced Phantom Seer.
You were already
either this or Candy. So I was like, "Fuck you! You replaced Phantom Seer."
Box.
I was like, "What do we just had?" And pour one out for Nine Dragons Ball Parade. But I was like, we just had a sports series pop up. Why are we doing another sports series already? And but I was like, I don't know what to think about this. And I was like, you know what? It's kind of interesting. I think I said this in the video that I made a couple months ago, but I was like, we're getting a girls basketball team, which is different. So that's good. And then when it came out, I'm like, okay, I get like, it's not really, it's a sports series like in the background, but it's like a romance series. And I even want to say like a coming of age series in a way, but I love shonen romance titles because like obviously it's written in a way that it appeals to my demographic, like I'm not a teenager.
The young boys demographic.
Yeah, the young boys demographic. I identify as 12. So like you get that that look into the teenage boy's head and like his ideals on things and like the way that he's processing like the crush that he has on this girl and like the way that he maneuvers around things and his thoughts. And it's like, it's stuff that I find relatable. I'm like, I know I'm not 15 years old anymore, but like I remember what that was like. And so I love the way that this stuff works out. And also because a lot of times it doesn't go this way, but a lot of times we do get these really wholesome friendships and these really wholesome relationships between the characters where it's like, I don't even care if they wind up romantically together because I really love like watching their relationship and their friendship bud.
Yeah.
That's the best part about these like shonen romance things. And then throwing the sports in there, it's just an excuse for it to have like dynamic and exciting artwork in each chapter.
And maybe some stakes beyond like in one of the most recent chapters, Taiki actually had stakes outside of the game for wanting to win, if that makes sense. I won't say what it is, because I know just in case somebody hasn't read it, but someone was like, hey, dude, win or else. And he was just like, why would you tell me that?
I think this one, though, like I said, this is the one I think is going to be successful. It's probably not going to be a super long running series. It might go for like 15 to 20 volumes, but it's going to be successful because I think it hits so many different genres and so many different demographics because it's a series that is going to be enticing for fans of romance, for fans of almost kind of slice of life stuff, for fans of sports, and not only one sport, but it has badminton and basketball in one. Yeah. So it's even getting broad with the type of sports, and it would be, it definitely has a bigger appeal to female audiences than a lot of the action series do. And one of the things that I think it doesn't have is that like the male gaze that a lot of things have. You don't have these female characters that are drawn to be like, curvy, big butts, big boobs, and stuff like that. Like the characters are very realistic in their proportions and in the way that they're presented.
Yeah, they all look like 14, 15-year-olds. I mean, I think Chinatsu's 16 or 17, but whatever. Like, they all look like teenagers. But I also think that because this is something that's being serialized in a time post things like Horimiya, I really hope that the whole will they, won't they dynamic doesn't stick around until the very end. Like, I would like for them to get together before the end, and then we can actually see their relationship, and then we can also see some more of the side characters develop as a result of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I do think that they have introduced some, some cool characters. Like I said, like the dude that he's playing Batman with, he's such a troll, and I love every time he's on the page because I'm like, oh, he's gonna make me laugh in a second.
I like this comment. Riley, you say like having curvy big butts is a bad thing.
Yes. If you're a 15-year-old or 17-year-old underage girl in a manga meant for
for sure. But yes. The biggest appeal for Blue Box, like you both of you said it best. It's just it's a very simple story, but done really well by adding more and more layers to it with the whole sports and drama and slice of life. But the art, I love the character designs. Mm-hmm. It's not the best looking, like the backgrounds and stuff. It's not the most wow thing ever, but the character designs are so striking and pretty to look at that it meshes well with the action of the sports.
And like the atmosphere that the manga's trying to go for, because it's like, it's a nice slice of life type of feel throughout the whole thing.
And I've never said this, but back in the day, I used to play badminton.
Hey.
Yeah, so
relatable.
I played it for a little while, but still, I remember playing it, so I was like really excited to see that. I'm like, yeah, cool, all right. So he's not doing the same thing that she's doing, because if it were, it would have been really easy to be like, oh, I'm going to play basketball too. I'm going to be in the male sports team or whatever. No, you pick something completely different, but just as hard to play, because you got to move ass or haul ass.
And they make it very clear to show him working his ass off to be good, or to get better, I should say.
Yeah. And it's not afraid to fail. The manga's not afraid to show you if things don't work out.
Yeah.
So far.
I never played badminton, but I am glad to see badminton represented, because it's something different from what's usually in these series.
Yeah.
Like showing the same things, showing basketball and baseball and stuff, that's very common. Soccer is another common one. But when you get into like this one having badminton, or like Beast Children tried to use rugby, and then there was the one Adonis mentioned earlier,
Cross Manage.
Cross Manage having lacrosse. Like it's nice to see those sports at least attempting to represent those. And we had Haikyuu as a volleyball series, which I can't think off the top of my head of other volleyball manga or anime. But
there's one more. Well, no, there's two more. There's one more that's a boys anime, and then there's one that's like kind of like ecchi-esque beach girl volleyball.
Don't forget about Rebound, where you fight off with your butt. Sorry.
What?
Moving on. The last of the four series that we're going to talk about, although if you want to throw any other, go ahead, is something very sweet on the list.
It's also my favorite.
Yes.
Candy Flurry.
Yeah, this is my favorite of these four.
Yeah, I love everything about this.
I think out of everything here, the one that will benefit most from being an anime at some point is Candy Flurry. Simply because of the candy, the colors, the textures, the compositions of the fights and all that stuff. This is the most visually appealing and striking out of all the four that we talked about.
One of the only things that I think it has going against it is the name Candy Flurry does not really sound like it's an action series.
for the longest time, sorry to butt in, I kept thinking this was Candy Fury. And I'm like, why isn't it showing up on my searches? I was doing my video on it, and I'm like, it's Candy Fury, right? And then I look, and it's Flurry. I'm like, why would you name it Flurry? Why can't it be Fury? That would
even be like
it would sound more aggressive for a Shonen Jump magazine.
Exactly. It'd be more, but Candy Flurry, I feel like sounds like it could just be. It could be a shoujo series about a young girl that loves candy and like
look at Fruits Basket,
Fruits Basket.
Yeah.
That being said, though,
nothing wrong with that, but like it just the title, I wouldn't look at the title and think Candy Flurry and think like, oh, we're gonna see someone kick someone's ass with a lollipop.
But I'm so glad that we're getting this.
Yes.
So what is Candy Flurry about, for anybody wondering?
So there was a few years back, there was a candy company that released special edition candy. The main character is a huge candy lover, and she just had to have the new candy. So she goes out to try it. There's like something like 100 pieces or something that were released.
Think like One Piece Devil Fruits. So there can never be more than one of the same.
Yeah.
And she loves lollipops.
Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka and One Piece getting this is like if Big Brain Oda like
Oda and Roald Dahl got together and created a manga. But like, so they would eat these candies, and unbeknownst to anyone that was able to get them, those candies give you superpowers in relation to a snack, a sweet, a candy. And so the main character is this girl that uses a lollipop. But the entirety of Tokyo was decimated by a lollipop user. And so she has to kind of hide her abilities because she doesn't know who actually did it, and people would believe that she's the one who did this. There's a organization called the Reset that like basically stop crime and candy-based crime and stuff like that, I guess would be the way to say it. And she winds up getting involved with this member that's in the background there. And she's like
with a giant fork.
Yeah.
Like the absurdism turns up to like 12.
She joins up with the Reset or whatever under the pretense of like trying to hide herself, but using that position as a means for finding the actual lollipop user that destroyed Tokyo so that she can like defend herself. I think that's
her name.
Sum up of the main plot. But we've already gotten into that, like the training arc type of thing within the first 10 or so chapters that we have so far. And so it's developing and showing us different users of various suites and like the kind of abilities that they have. And they've also recently in the past few chapters introduced like an antagonistic team or an antagonistic group that they have to deal with. And it's just such a stupidly ridiculous, amazing idea. Like nothing that I've seen like it before. And it has a lot of that typical shonen, like, I mean, they're fighting.
The tropes are there, but they're cleverly disguised.
Right. It's typical shonen tropes with a candy coating.
Yeah. and I don't know about you guys, but every time a new character is introduced and it's basically before you even know that they're what their power is, but like as soon as I know that this person's going to have a power, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. What is it going to be this time? Like you have a freaking ice cream user that turns the air around her cold. So it's like not only can she shoot out ice cream, can she shoot out ice cream? I don't know, but she can freeze everything around her as well. You got homie shooting popcorn and causing these huge explosions, which actually reminds me of the dude from One Piece in the Little Garden arc that I watched it recently. The one that picks his nose and then flicks his boogers.
The boogers,
yeah. Like it's fantastic. So I always read Blue Box because it's nice and wholesome, and then I'm like, okay, now let's get weird, and I read.
Let's get weird and sweet.
Yeah.
And the art is like really dynamic as well. Like it has really great action sequences. the first chapter alone, like it sucked me in immediately because there was so like, wasn't she fighting like a giant like cake or donut creature or something in the beginning? Something like that.
Yeah.
But it was just really crazy.
In like the opening spread, yeah, it was a giant donut monster.
Yeah, and I was like, what the hell? I want more of this.
Yeah. Like I am so excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, if this one gets canceled, like this added to the pile of other recent canceled series that I really loved, I'm just gonna have to go punch someone in the face.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood, guys. Everybody knock on wood.
I think it'll last.
I hope so.
It's the most Shonen Jump-ish out of everything that we talked about.
Yes.
It's wild and crazy. It's like One Piece and Willy Wonka and Attack on Titan type of hype all rolled into one. I think it could be a hit.
And let's not forget that this is I think is this the only current ongoing in the magazine with a female lead?
You might be right.
Yeah.
Well, would you count?
No, Witch Watch is still ongoing.
Witch Watch, I was gonna say, is like co-leads.
But which watch?
Which
the second one?
The second one. Oh, got it.
It is co-leads. You're right, but then you could make the same argument about this one because a little dude with the gray hair whose name escapes me right now.
I think that she's more of the protagonist than like he's like slightly behind her.
Yeah, but also the ogre from Witch Watch is more of a love interest. I don't know. I'm trying to stand up for my girl.
No, I totally agree with you. I think that it's the series that has the most most forwardly, if that makes sense, has a female protagonist. Because you could also say Magu-chan has a female protagonist.
Yeah, Magu-chan. Sorry.
I'm not familiar with Magu-chan. I haven't read it yet. But you could also say that Ghost Reaper Girl is a female protagonist, no?
But that one's in Jump Plus.
Oh, okay.
So we're only talking weekly. Yeah, and I was going to mention Undead Unluck as well. Because like Andy and what's her name are kind of co-leads together.
I saw volume 1 of Undead Unluck at Walmart, and it made me so happy. I'm like, look at that, a brand new volume 1. I have no room for it, but nice. And I looked through the pages and stuff. Yeah,
I love that series.
With Spy X Family, would you guys say that it's like a trio of leads?
I feel almost like the daughter is the main character.
Yeah, that's the kind of the vibe that I got, because it's like,
yeah,
like, when you have a character with pink hair and the other two is a brunette and a blonde, it's like, okay, the pink haired kid is the main character.
Back in the 90s, when I was watching the end of the transition between Japanimation and anime and manga, one of the explanations from a mangaka was that when you draw these characters with different colored hair, it's a visual cue for kids to immediately recognize the main character. And no matter what the series is, you might not know who the hell they're talking about or their names or whatnot, but you see like Midoriya, he's the green haired kid. He's the main character.
Yeah.
So I think that is the rule that they still go by.
This girl, though, has straight black hair, but she's carrying a giant freaking lollipop. So
that's your son.
That's the cue right there.
And I think that's kind of a part of the issue with Phantom Seer is that I don't remember the dude's name, but he had white hair, and that's like doesn't stand out as much versus with someone like Deku who has bright green hair, you know. So I think that's Iori. So that's probably why it I don't know. True people of culture that will give it a shot liked it, but then I feel like the fact that he kind of looked a little more plain
sorry,
probably didn't do much legwork to bring new readers in, if that makes sense.
Cleveland Brown, yes, Chica is the main character in my heart from Kaguya-sama.
I honestly thought that Chica was Kaguya before I watched it because it's like all the memes were about Chica. All the simps were for Chica.
Yeah,
Nobody
she's
talks
the
about
breakout
Kaguya.
character from that series.
So she might as well be the main character. She's definitely the most important one at this point.
Yeah. This is very important, guys. Matsumoto's number 5, volume 4 just got listed on Amazon next year. Let's go. I'm so excited. I ordered volume 1. Hasn't arrived yet. I'll do a little first impressions video when I get to it. But I'm so hyped for number 5. I can't wait to order number 5, volume 5. That's going to be a trip.
Okay.
Do you have volume 5 of number 5?
When volume 21 of Ice Shield 21 came out, I was like, ha.
Riley Gio, do either of you think Dorohedoro will ever be collected in Omni or deluxe hardcovers?
I don't.
In like 10 years, 10, 15 years.
I don't think so. I think that's all we're going to get, to be honest.
Unless Viz loses the license and Kodansha picks it up or Dark Horse picks it up.
Let me be real. I love MAPPA, but the anime arrived and it left, and that's it. It got all the new people in, and that's about it.
That's the curse of Netflix, though.
Is it getting another season?
Yeah.
It hasn't been picked up yet.
Oh, really?
No.
I would think MAPPA would want to be all over that.
Because I think that Netflix, it's Netflix.
It's the curse of Netflix. You know,
I hate anime on Netflix.
Netflix can't help the anime build up hype, unlike Crunchyroll. You know, because they just dump it. People watch it in one weekend, and then it's like, okay, what now?
Anime, I'm sorry, does not work. New anime does not work in binge format at all. You gotta stick to the seasonal or the weekly.
It's worked for decades. Why would they break it for Netflix?
They premiered the Godzilla series, and they didn't want to premiere it with Japan because they wanted to dump all the episodes now. And same with Beastars. Season 2 just dropped today or yesterday. I don't know.
But yeah, like there was very little hype around the Dorohedoro anime. Like there was not a lot of attention to it that I had seen. And then going on to when I got on the TikTok and people started seeing like, this guy has a crap ton of books. I was asked a lot, like, A, I was asked a lot if I had Dorohedoro, and then B, anytime I wear my Dorohedoro shirt or anytime I have it in the background, people are always like, oh my gosh, you've heard of it? And it's weird because like whenever I first grabbed the series was like when literally everyone was reading it.
Well, the thing I've noticed is that our community is so small that like when something blows up, like we blow it up in between ourselves, you know, versus like, you know, like I know one other person that has read Dorohedoro and that outside of the internet, even though I have a few friends that do read manga outside of the internet, and then nobody else that I know off the internet has watched it because Netflix just didn't do it any favors by not being able to hype it up. You know, like when seasonal anime is premiering, you get episode 1 this week, and everybody's like, "Yo, what's gonna happen next time? What's gonna happen next time?" You know, the whole catch it on the next episode of Dorohedoro. You don't get that. You don't get that hype. Like when me and Gio were watching the Isekai Quartet, yeah. Every week we were like, oh, I can't wait for the next one. It's going to be so funny. It's just a quick 15-minute episode, but I can't wait to laugh and just like watch it on my break. Versus Way of the House Husband, I watched it in one sitting. I didn't even realize that an hour and a half went by, but all the episodes left, and then I was left feeling empty. So I was like, okay, Netflix, what's next?
Yeah. It didn't help that it was also 15 minutes. So
that's why I compared the two, because
I got you. Yeah. Isekai Quartet is getting a movie, by the way.
I know you told me.
So hyped.
I'm so excited. I need to watch season 2.
I don't care about the MCU. I don't care about superhero movies. This is the crossover this is the crossover. I love it.
I don't even love Isekai like that, but I love Isekai Quartet because it's so freaking perfect.
Yeah. And man, wasn't the CGI criticized on Dorohedoro? Any CGI on anime is going to be criticized. And yeah, but Studio Mappa, I think, found a good mixture of the two, and obviously it's not the manga art. It's not as sludgy and chaotic, but I think they did a good job. With
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what I watched the first 1 or 2 episodes, and I was like, because the artwork didn't.
Because they switched between 2D and 3D for certain stuff.
But it wasn't just. It's like you said. It wasn't as like grungy looking. It wasn't as like because her style is so very specific, and it's
unique
something
to
like,
her.
yeah, it's this like dirty feeling, very like gritty and detailed looking art that when it was put into anime form, when it was animated, it was like cleaned way too much.
I agree with that.
It was so crisp looking, and I was like, this just does not represent the series the way that I picture it when I read it. However, I will say the theme music was ballin'. Like that was some
the whole soundtrack. Yeah, it's amazing.
Like that theme that matches so well. Also, if you think Blue Box is boring, you're boring. So whatever.
I mean, it is what it is. We like
one thing that I'm gonna. I don't know. I've seen a few people comment on how Studio Mappa is going to ruin Fujimoto's vision for Chainsaw Man, but I think that Dorohedoro had to stumble a little bit for Chainsaw Man to be able to, for Mappa to be able to be like, okay, look, we screwed up. I'm hoping, because Dorohedoro, from the minute that we had, like when we got like that first teaser, everybody was like, but I personally, I don't know. I love Chainsaw Man. I'm excited for the anime.
That trailer.
I hope Mappa learned their lesson, basically.
That trailer for Chainsaw Man looks amazing.
Yeah, because there's a huge difference between like the way that I felt and the way that literally everyone else felt between like when we've got the first look at Dorohedoro animated versus the first look at Chainsaw Man animated. Like the first look at Dorohedoro animated, there was a lot of people who were just like, that doesn't look right. Like there were some people who were like, oh, it might be fine. It was that kind of lukewarm reaction, which sucks because the people who were like already fans of the series, who are really hyped to see it happen, you're like, great, like this does not represent what I loved at all. But with Chainsaw Man, when that teaser hit, the internet collectively shat itself.
Oh, it really did, and especially like on places like YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah, like people were just constantly like putting out videos about like, oh my god, this looks so good, it's like movie quality, blah blah blah. It was so well done in a way that I'm like, I cannot believe that this is going to be a series.
Yeah,
it just phenomenal looking.
And I think it's pretty hilarious how Fujimoto, like his like self-deprecating humor. He sent out a tweet that was like, so you're telling me that my series, the company that adapted Jujutsu Kaisen and Dorohedoro is now animating the Jujutsu Kaisen and Dorohedoro ripoff that I made.
Yeah.
He's just a funny dude.
It's funny though, also because like I never thought about it as being similar to other things, but if it's similar to anything, I would say it's kind of similar to Dorohedoro, but like mixed with the shonen sensibilities of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, reading and loving Chainsaw Man that's when I was like, okay, well, Jujutsu Kaisen has a similar feel / vibe, so I should give it a shot. And obviously, like, it doesn't really go much beyond the whole like working for the government and then like hunting demons kind of aspect of it.
Yeah,
but I can totally see where his inspiration came from, and I kind of like, I think it's like so much respect for him for just being like, yeah, this is where I got my ideas from, guys.
Here's a quick comment from James. Anyone here read Space Brothers? I've been reading it on the Aski Azuki app, and the series is amazing. I have the anime for Space Brothers. I haven't read it, and the anime is quite excellent.
I have the anime, but just like you might assume, I haven't watched it yet because I'm.
The anime constantly goes on sale, guys. Don't sleep on it, because I think right now you can get it for like $5 per volume, the Blu-rays. And on Black Friday, I think it goes. Wait a minute. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, I picked up.
It's insane.
I think it's like a total of like 10 Blu-ray sets. It's
I
goes
bought
from
the
like
whole
0 to
series
number
for
9.
$40.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, is this real? Is this real life? What's happening? Space Brothers. Space Brothers is on sale right now on Sentai's website for $2.99 per volume.
Wow.
The Blu-rays.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What I think is that was definitely a case of Sentai. What they usually do is print more than they're gonna sell because they don't know how to predict this stuff, and it happens a lot.
A little bit. They've always been a little all over the place.
Yeah.
I wonder though, like if they do that, if they're doing that because they want to clear out because they're going to release like a box set.
Maybe. I mean, they've done it in the past with other series. I've bought lots of
that's crazy
anime.
The price, $59.98 to $2.99.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They definitely thought that they were going to sell more, and they did it with Haikyuu. They haven't done it with Haikyuu in a long time, but I remember like 2.5 years ago, Haikyuu was going for like $4.99 like per volume, and I'm so mad that I didn't pick it up back then.
I got the first 2 sets for $10 on a Black Friday sale.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
And
I'll never forget.
And the other one was Food Wars. That's the other big series from them that they're constantly. Let's see the price on that. Food Wars. Welcome to Anime Shopping on the Omnibros Live show, everybody. This is
real culture right here.
Hell yeah. Yeah, look, the second plate or the second season is on sale for $15. Third one, I get it because it's newer. It's $38. I haven't gotten this one yet.
Yeah, but the original price is freaking $90 on that set.
Oh yeah, because it's 24 episodes. Yeah.
Because Sentai likes to overprice their crap too.
Yeah, and you can get the bento box. Have you seen these bento boxes?
I considered buying it when like these aren't even like their lowest prices, and that's what's driving me insane because I sound like an idiot being like, back in my day they were so much cheaper.
Right? Yeah. This looks nice. I have no room for any of this.
Same.
I mean, a lot of people have asked me in the past when I make collection videos on my anime shelf behind me, like, oh, you have so many series. I don't collect the premium sets because they take up too much room, and I wouldn't have as many series if I were just concentrating on the deluxe editions or stuff like that.
That's pretty much where I'm at.
Oh, look, it even has the Kumo Bear apron.
I saw that. I would totally wear that just like he wears it in the show.
Yeah, of course. That's the only way you can wear it. And the other one, Haikyuu, right? Haikyuu says here. Yeah. Oh, this is not on sale. It's back ordered. Collection 2, subtitled only, $6. Or you can get season 2 complete collection. This is the one I have, the complete collections. $20. Hey, not bad. 25 episodes. And
but I'd rather buy it for $10 like they were like forever ago.
Yeah. That was a solid Black Friday. I ordered a bunch of stuff for cheap. I think it was like $80 and I got so many Blu-rays.
Stacks of Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Sentai and then Right Stuff sales with their anime when they bottom out the prices. That's how I wind up creating a backlog of anime that I still haven't watched.
James, yeah, that's a good point. One of the reasons the cost is low is because the series is sub only.
Good.
Yeah.
Dubs are not accepted here.
I like dubs. I'm
Dubs.
not saying they're good. I just love voice acting and voiceovers, so I appreciate the art and all that stuff. It's just that a lot of them aren't as good.
I just like getting a rise out of people because some people are very passionate about like I should be able to watch it however I want. I never said you can't. I just said that it's bad.
Here's a comment that I wanted to highlight from Lazy Bum. FYI, Animal Land went out of print. 6 through 14 on Right Stuff just went poof.
Yeah, I don't know how many times they warned everyone about that one though.
It's
They've
gone.
emailed multiple times, and whenever they email those, like, here's your last chance, like Animal Land was on that list multiple times to be like, y'all need to grab it.
You can only get 3, 4, and 5 from them.
I got the series back, what, like 3 years ago or something? 3 or 4 years ago? I'm trying to remember.
Judge me, buddy.
What was I going to say about
Thank you for joining. I'm loving Tokyo Revengers, waiting for the print volumes. Yes, I would consider collecting Tokyo Revengers because the story is amazing.
Bothering Kodansha about that because they put up a tweet today because I'm back on Twitter. They put up a tweet today and they were saying like new volume 21 or something available digitally from Kodansha, and literally I clicked through and all the comments were like, release it physically, you cowards.
Right?
But also it's available on the whatever that new app is called.
Yeah.
Azuki.
Yeah, I haven't paid for it yet, so it hasn't like gotten locked into my head yet, so I forget about it all the time.
I was gonna say like about the dubs versus subs thing. I'd be like, I don't remember if I told you guys or showed you guys that one comment that I know Gio saw it. That no.
The dude that said that you were like wasting your life like collecting this instead of learning Japanese or something.
Yes, yeah. Saying that like if you don't just learn Japanese and read it in the original language, you're not reading the true intent of the creator. And it's like,
grow up.
So would be that guy about like if you don't watch dubbed anime, then you are.
No, if you don't watch sub, if you listen to English dubs, you're missing the whole point.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to go for. If you're listening to dubs, then you are missing out on the entire actual product and blah blah blah. No, I don't really give a shit. I just personally I prefer subs, but I usually have to watch dub because I watch TV and stuff while I'm working or doing other stuff.
That makes sense.
So I can't. I wind up having to watch, and it sucks for me on that level because like I watched, for instance, the Rohan Kishibe OVAs. I watched those while I was working in English, and I hate Rohan's voice in English. It is so bad.
JoJo 4 wasn't dubbed when I first watched it, so I have no clue how he sounded.
Yeah, it was the first time that I had seen. It was the first time I had watched any JoJo anything dubbed.
Yeah,
and his voice, he's just got this like kind of shrill, posh voice,
which is like that fits Rohan's physique, but not his personality, in my opinion. Anyway,
yeah, it doesn't work at all, and it was weird, and I hated it. But you know what? I was like, yeah, I gotta work, but I also want to watch these, so screw it.
I fall very solidly like in the middle. Like some things that I know that I'm not gonna have to pay attention to every little detail. Like the Quintessential Quintuplets, I watched it on Funimation dubbed, but Odd Taxi, I was like, everything I've heard about this show has told me that I need to pay attention to every detail. Therefore, my eyes will be glued to the screen at all times, and I can watch the sub. But I prefer subs whenever I can / have the time.
Odd Taxi is the GOAT of 2021. No. Just saying.
Easily.
No, I don't think any other show is going to beat it.
And I generally don't think that even the manga is going to do it justice because the art looks nice, but
the art looks amazing. But there's so much lost out of not being able to hear the conversation because a lot of it relies on puns and metaphors and the way they express themselves with each other. It's just a very unique. It's like a live action show. It just happened to be animated. I don't know.
And it all comes back full circle. Like I don't think that there was a single like plot thread that was presented that some were obviously more important than others, but none of them were left unresolved.
I wish we could get the podcasts translated.
Oh, that'd be
because I would like to watch the series again with that in between episodes.
That would be
because there's a lot more to it with that, but I haven't heard any of the episodes yet.
That'd be awesome. Even if it's just like, even if you just have to read it, I would read it just to see what was going on during the time.
I'm looking for the. By the way, I'm looking for the dubcast before we wrap up for JoJo Part 4, because I have no idea who voices Rohan. I know the Japanese actor, but I don't know the English one.
Terrible voice actor. That's who.
The salt.
Where the heck do I find that?
It's like he sounds like Maximilian Pegasus.
Oh no,
Yuki boy. So it's like Yosuke boy.
Does my anime list have the voice actors?
Landon McDonald. He's the English voice actor.
Who?
Landon McDonald.
I have no idea.
He was in Bungo Stray Dogs.
There we go.
That's pretty much it.
Let me see his little.
Oh, okay. He also did the voice for Homie from Rent a Girlfriend. I guess he voiced somebody in Jujutsu Kaisen too.
Wait, is this for the OVA?
Yeah,
because the series is different. The series has Vic Mignogna in English voicing Rohan.
He still gets to work.
And I know Vic is a controversial figure, but the guy is talented. So I don't know.
You know what I realized? He sings the first opening for One Piece. Yeah. And I was like, what is, you just ruined this, you just ruined East Blue for me, you son of a mother.
Yeah. Actually, I met him in person and before all the stuff came out. But it is what it is.
It is.
I wonder if McDonald was the replacement, because I don't know when, if the dub of
oh, that's a good point. Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah,
because depending on when the dub came out, I'm trying to see.
Animated.
But I think it was also produced from a different company.
Oh, it wasn't David Productions?
It's
I have it pulled up right here. No, it is David Productions.
It's David, yeah. Good old David. Nice guy.
Right.
Thanks, David.
Thank you, David.
It's weird.
David, I mean, they're doing good stuff. Right now they got Fire Force in the works, season 3 coming out soon.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
I'm excited for that.
And they just announced
Cells at Work.
And they just announced JoJo 6.
I don't think that unless something has changed, I don't think that David Productions has officially said like, yeah, we're the ones doing Stone Ocean. It's just assumption at this point.
I didn't piece that together.
No, but they have the licensing to it, I think. But you're right. We don't know anything. Just like they just said, it's coming. We're doing a show on it.
I think September is when we're supposed to get more information about it.
Yeah,
there was a YouTube video that popped up in my suggestions, and it was like Netflix talking about Stone Ocean, and I clicked on it because I was like, "There's literally been nothing Netflix. What are you even talking about?" So I clicked on it, and it's literally just like shows a bunch of the different characters, and then all of a sudden it shows that image of freaking of Jolene that we had for months now.
Yeah.
And then it just says like September something.
That's lame. Although I think JoJo is on Netflix at this point, so maybe they, oh my god, if Netflix gets JoJo streaming rights, I will kill someone.
They're gonna ruin everything.
Kaguya-sama Love is War, anime versus manga in a battle to the death. Anime all the way. Why? Because of the vocal performances. They are phenomenal.
And only she's the only survivor.
Chika and even Kaguya herself.
No, just Chika.
No, but you get everybody has to check out that series just to hear the comedic timing of the Seiyu for Kaguya and Chika too. They're both amazing. It's the same with what was the other comedy that I was talking about with you guys? Shoot. I can't remember. Anyways,
we definitely talk about a lot of anime throughout the day.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through the stuff that I'm watching now, and there's a lot, and it's not that great compared to other seasons. So that's why I'm struggling. I just watched Peach. What's this show called? I'm looking it up because I can't remember the name.
The Peach
Boy Riverside.
Oh, I started Fruits Basket, and it's fantastic. I am really, really digging it. I was like, so my friend's girlfriend wanted anime suggestions, and I was like, well, what are you in the mood for? And she was like, oh, something cute. And I was like, well, I've heard that this is wholesome and romantic, so check it out. And she finished it at like 12:30 a.m. and she texted me and she goes, you need to start it. And I was like, I guess.
So she finished all 3 seasons?
Yeah, she like binged it, and then she was like, okay, now it's your turn. I need someone to talk to about it. And I was like, I guess, but like by like episode 3, I was like, okay, I can see the hype. I'm convinced.
You're not ready for the drama that's about to unfold. This was literally
it's gonna kill me.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood for Fruits Basket.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see like
yeah.
I don't know the Catboy's name, but I can already tell he's gonna be my favorite character.
It's so fantastic. I you know what? Finish it, and I'm gonna get some people on board for my channel because it's anime, and we'll do a stream on Fruits Basket. I'm gonna get some more peeps.
We'll add it to the list of our never-ending streams list.
Yeah, no, we got to do the Overlord. There's a bunch, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
So, gang, we ran a little bit off the rails there for a bit. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to the chat, as lively and wonderful as always. Thank you so much. And, of course, a big thank you to the sponsor of this show, Omnibros Live, here at the Omnibus Collectors Network, and that is InStockTrades.com. If you want to get any of the manga talked about on today's stream, even the new ones that aren't out yet, eventually they will be published, and you will probably get them at InStockTrades.com. You can get your omnibus, trade paperbacks, all that fun stuff. $50 or more in your order gets you free shipping, and loyalty discounts stack on to that an extra 2%. And of course, if you order, you get the best shipping and the best customer service. That's when you visit InStockTrades.com, our wonderful sponsor. God bless. Wait, James, we're about to leave and you dropped this bombshell on me? Hold up. Where you at? Which series is better, To Your Eternity or Odd Taxi? Bro, they're so different. They're both excellent.
The right answer is High School DxD.
True. Man of culture. To Your Eternity is this wonderful examination of life and death and character work. And then you got Odd Taxi, which is, for all intents and purposes, this neo-noir action thriller in the streets of Tokyo inside of a taxi cab. I mean, come on, man. If I had to pick, I would go manga, To Your Eternity, and Odd Taxi anime. The sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends. Can you imagine if we get Raid Shadow Legends on this channel? That'd be hilarious, because this is a channel about books.
The number of sponsors that I get that reach out to me for stuff that I'm like, that has literally nothing to do with my channel, so I'm no thank you, is just stupid.
I've seen a lot of anime YouTubers do Raid Shadow Legends content.
And they don't pay that much. I think it's like $50 per ad or something like that. I don't know. Something it depends on the YouTuber.
I'd take those $50, but
yeah, of course.
I also never post content. So
I had one, and it was like for pants, and I'm not gonna say how much, but like a lot more than $50. And they've emailed me 3 times. Do you want to do an ad for our pants? And I'm like, look, I'm sure that you make really great pants, And I would appreciate, like, okay, so I'm like, I would appreciate a free pair of pants. I don't have enough pants. That's actually a topic of conversation in my family, is that I don't have enough pants because since I work from home, I wear shorts all day. And if I'm on camera, I might not even be wearing anything down below. You don't know. I could just be in my undies. So I'm,
MeUndies.com.
Let the record show, chat. Riley's in his undies right now.
No, actually, right now.
Okay.
I got scared for a minute. I'm like, wait, that's not that type of stream.
But I'm like, these are expensive pants, is the thing. Like, if they were cheap pants, if they were trying to say, like, hey, we're selling these really great pants that are really, like, low cost, high quality,
yeah,
then I might be like, yeah, cool. But they're, like, expensive, like $120, $150 pairs of pants. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to, like, make videos that talk about things to, like, I make videos about helping people to find things cheaply, make videos about things that are not expensive. And number one, pants don't have anything to do with what I'm talking about. Number two, aside from pants not having anything to do with what I'm talking about, I don't want people to have to spend $100 on pants just because I'm sure if they sent me new pants, I'd be like, man, these are great. Like, they fit great.
But what if we get a manga that's about pants?
Imagine. I was gonna say, if you haven't reached out to Boxu, I see Boxu do a lot of stuff with anime too.
They reached out to me, and I reached out. I said, yes, I love snacks. I like eating food.
And they didn't reply.
And they replied a month later and said, oh, never mind.
Dicks.
I'm like,
how dare they?
You know what? And this is gonna sound really, like, conceited. I don't take a lot of sponsors. Like, I don't. I usually ignore or turn them away.
I've noticed.
And if I say yes, like, it's because I'm like, you know what? I like that. Like, you make something that, even if it's something as stupid as a light or a box of snacks, if I like it, I will take it. And you don't even, like, they don't even have to pay me sometimes. Like, I didn't get paid for when I did the lights, that I put on my kit. I didn't get paid. I just got free lights out of that. It was like $15 worth of lights. But I really like the lights. I was like, these are really dope.
Do you still have them?
I actually have them right back here. I haven't reinstalled them since I moved the bookshelves around.
There you go. Final question of the night goes to Lazy Bum. Off topic. Those are the best questions. Don't worry about it. Wonder Woman Azarilla Omnibus, yay or nay? I'm going to say yay.
I'm going to say yay.
Yay.
3 yays means you got to buy it right now. Go for it, Lazy Bum.
Go on to InStockTrades.com. Remember to get.
Thank you. Yeah, go to InStock Trades and all that stuff and see if they got it. On that note, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for supporting your favorite Omnibros, talking about manga. We'll be back Sunday for whatever we do on Sundays. And then Mondays, we'll be back with hauls, previews, reads, and online shopping. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in once again. A big shout out to my wonderful co-host tonight, Mango. Where can people find you on the internet?
Find me at Mango and the Champ podcast, and find me at Mangalorian YT on YouTube and on Twitter.
Nice. And my other oh, there we go. You reappeared.
Sorry, I realized that we were here since the sun was out. And no, it's not. And I had the light.
Omnibus Collector, where can people find you?
YouTube, The Omnibus Collector. TikTok, The Omnibus Collector.
TikTok sensation.
Instagram, The Omnibus Collector. And on Twitter, I just put up a new Twitter account, but I didn't realize that I couldn't be The Omnibus Collector because it's too long. So I am Omni Collector.
Oh, man.
That was your chance to make it Omni Man, but
the Omni.
I'm sure there's already an Omni Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. For myself, you can find me on my channel, Weekly Geekdom, talking about anime, manga, a little bit of comics here and there. Subscribe if you can, help a brother out. And that's about it. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back with another manga show 2 weeks from now with some hopefully wonderful guests that I am negotiating with to see if they'll show up. So stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you on the next stream.